Chapter 9. Trimurti and Sarasvati. Creator, Preserver, Annihilator and the Goddess of Speech. O teacher. Your doctrines appear to be contrary to all the popular notions. It is commonly said that Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva are Ahankara, ego, manas, mind, and Jiva, life, respectively. It is also said that the above three entities function in creation, preservation and annihilation respectively, and that Brahma is in essence Rajoguna, Vishnu is Sattva Guna and Shiva is Tamoguna. I pray that you may be kind enough to reveal the truth referring to these topics also. Since the popular conception of the world itself is wrong, only wrong conclusions could prevail. I shall explain to you the wrong conception of the world and Trimurtis. Chapter 5 has given an account of the conception of Brahma being the Ahamkara, Vishnu being the mind and Shiva being the Jiva. It has also been said that the above-mentioned trinity indicates only three attributes, and these attributes are Tamas, Rajas and Sattva. But it is commonly said in the world now that Shiva is attributive of the quality of Tamas, Vishnu the attributive of the quality of Sattva and Brahma the attributive of the quality of Rajas. This is wrong. Brahma is not the author of creation. Brahma is only Ahamkara. This Ahamkara, that is Brahma, originated from the mind. This mind is Vishnu. That is why it is said that Brahma was born from the Nabhi, lower extremity, of Vishnu. So if there is no Vishnu there cannot be Brahma and the creation. But you people are born from Vishnu and then it is Vishnu who created the Brahma. If there is no Vishnu there can neither be Brahma nor any other creation. The Brahma is also called Andaja. Andaja means born from the egg. The egg is this universe that we see. This universe is a projection of our mind in the shape of the egg. You see the horizon around you and there are other indications that the earth more or less is in the shape of an egg. The origin of this earth as indicated already is from the mind. The mind is Sakti. This Sakti is Vishnu. The Sakti that is the mind and the mind that is Vishnu is the Sukla. This Sukla is in the Ambara. Ambara means Akasa, ether. Vishnu is the Sukla that is sustained in the Ambara. This Sukla, the Vishnu, without severing its connection from us, projects itself as an egg-shaped bubble. This projection is the world and we carry this projection with us during our existence. This existence is just like the bubble at the end of the reed when blown after dipping it in the milky juice of the castor oil plant, a kind of castor oil plant which has milky juice, known as Kadalavanaku in Malayalam, as described in Chapter 4. The bubble is on the reed unseparated from it. It bursts out within a short time. It is in this way that Jiva comes out pushing the Sukla, semen, which is the mind. This seed is projected outside in the form of an empty egg without being separated from the self. This is called Brahmanda, the egg which is Brahma, by people. But this is not correct. The world which is projected from us is Pindanda. Brahmanda is the Siras, head, which is the storehouse of Suklam, which is the form of Brahma. It is from this Siras that the world which is the form of Maya is projected by the Vayu, air, which is the Paramatma, supreme life force. Therefore the thing which we call world is Pindanda. When this Pindanda is originated from the Brahmanda in the form of an egg, Ahamkara takes form. That is why Brahma has got the name Andaja, originated from the egg. This Ahamkara is called Brahma. This is the origin of the Brahma. O teacher. Now I understood the origin of the Brahma. But from your discussion it is clear that the Brahma is one's own self, but in the Vedas and Sastras it is mentioned that the Brahma has got 4 faces and it is such a Brahma who creates. And people believe this. Pray, tell me the fact about this. That is right. But what is your conception of face? It is that part of our body called Siras, having ears, eyes, nose, and mouth. If there is no face like this, can there be any knowledge? No. Then what have we to understand by the term face? It is knowledge. If the face is what you have said, then is there no face for a dead body? Dis, yes. T, is there any knowledge for that? Dis, no. T, what is the reason for that? Dis, because, there is no life in it. T, then if there is no life, is there any knowledge? Dis, no. T, so, what is knowledge? Dis, Jiva. T, then, Jiva is the knowledge which is the face. It is from this Jiva which is the face that the world has originated. For example, from what side of a seed does it sprout? Dis, from its face. T, then, from where does it originate? Dis, from the face. T, if there is no substance, can there be any face? Dis, no. T, of this substance, the seed. What originates first? Dis, its face. T, so, what comes out first is the face. It is from this face that everything else originates. Besides, on which side of the seed is the face, the upper or the lower? Dis, upper side. T, then, face is the knowledge, the upper side, the first originated and the place of origination. Such a substance is the world. If there is no world, can there be anything like this for us? Dis, no. T, is there any world for a dead body? Dis, no. T, why? Dis, because there is no life in it. T, if there is no life, can there be any conception of the world? Dis, no. T, then, from where does the world originate? Dis, from Jiva. T, then, what is Jiva for the world? Dis, it is the face of the world. T, therefore, life is the face. That is the knowledge. Then, this face which is the knowledge consists of 4 faces. They are, manas, mind, chit, will, buddhi, intellect, and ahamkara, ego. If there are no faces like this, there will be no creation. It is through these faces that Brahma creates. So, if there is no I, can there be any state of existence? Dis, no. T, then, who creates? Dis, myself. T, not only that. Suppose you have got a son and he is beaten by somebody, then you get angry, and what will you ask him about the beating? Dis, I will ask him, are you the person to beat my son? T, do you ask him like this, why are you beating the son of Brahma? Dis, no. T, so, the 4 faces of the Brahma are manas, chittam, buddhi, and ahamkara. Without these nothing can be created. For example, creation is not possible for a child. It has mind and chit. After a period of time, it will have buddhi also. At that time it will listen to what we say. As the I is not complete in it, it cannot create anything. When this ahamkara, I, is complete in it, it can do it. Take another instance. Suppose an adult has fallen ill and is unable to get up from his bed. At this time does he not possess mind, chittam and buddhi? Dis, yes. T, is there any ahamkara, the I, at that time? Dis, there is ahamkara, but it cannot do anything. T, then, can he create anything? Dis, no. T, why? Dis, because the ahamkara which is the I, is less powerful at that time. T, so, to create anything what are the things essential? Dis, mind, chittam, buddhi and ahamkara are essential. T, so, it is said that these 4 states are the 4 faces. Therefore Brahma is known as Nanmukha, with 4 faces. Without these 4 faces, Brahma cannot create. Dis, now it clear that the self with these 4 faces, manas, chittam, buddhi and ahamkara is the Brahma. But, it is said in the Vedas and Sastras that Brahma has got a wife, and that is his daughter called Sarasvati, who is the mother and sister of Brahma. When such a Brahma becomes the self, what is the sense of all these? T, if Sarasvati is the daughter of Brahma, is it said anywhere in the Vedas and Sastras that Brahma had married and got a daughter called Sarasvati and afterwards he married that daughter? Dis, no. T. Or is it stated that Brahma went for prostitution and he thus got a daughter named Sarasvati and then Brahma married her? Dis, no. T. Further, can a female become the mother, the sister, the wife and the daughter? In no way is it reasonable. Suppose Brahma married his mother. Then, can she become the sister, as well as the daughter? Dis, no. T. Otherwise, let us suppose that Brahma married his sister. Even then, can she become the mother and daughter? Dis, no. T. Therefore, in any way a lady can never become all the four as mentioned above. If it is a fact, then can we believe the Vedas and Sastras? Dis, no. T. We cannot say so. They are not false. Who made the Vedas and Sastras? Dis, it is by the experienced and wise rishis, saints. This is my belief. T. Can it be said that such rishis would tell lies? Dis, oh. No. It can never be said. T. The experienced have written down their experiences and the people without knowing the truth have misunderstood them. The experienced have written with sufficient reason that Sarasvati is the daughter, the wife, the mother and the sister of Brahma. Therefore, we must understand who is Brahma and who is Sarasvati. It is said in chapter 4 that Brahma is the Ahamkara, which considers this physical body as Diha, but which actually is not. So, this Jadam, physical body, is Brahma. Sarasvati is the tongue. Sarasvati has got various names in the Sanskrit language and these names are derived due to various reasons. One among the Panchendriyas, 5 sense organs, is Sarasvati, that is Vag or the word. Therefore the word is the Sarasvati, which is the tongue. The reason to say that she is the daughter of Brahma is this. We have said that Brahma is this Jada, which is Ahamkara. If there is no Jada, will there be any tongue? Dis, no. T. So, from where does the tongue originate? Dis, from this Jada. T. As there is tongue in this Jada, who is the tongue for this Jada? Dis, the offspring. T. That is why Sarasvati is called the daughter of the Brahma, as the tongue originates from the Jada, which is the Brahma. Dis, O teacher. Is not the daughter a female? So, is this tongue female or male? Please tell me. T. Female means Sakti, energy. If there is no Sakti, there is no world. This world is originated from the Sakti. That Sakti is sound. Without sound, there is no Sakti, and without Sakti there is no sound. Therefore sound and Sakti are one and the same thing. If there is no Sakti, there is neither the world nor the Vayu, air. The state at that moment is called Samaranam, and we have that when we sleep. That is, the state when Sakti does not flow out in the form of Vayu, but is directed up and down in the inner side. That is, when the Sakti does not flow out in the form of Vayu, it becomes Shiva the self. For example, take the instance of any boxer like Ramamurti. When he is awakened, it is very difficult for 5 or 10 people to bend his stretched arm, but when he is asleep a small baby can do it. What is the reason? Then what has happened to his Sakti? Dis, because it was absorbed inside when he sleeps. T. Then, where does the Sakti originate? Dis, from within ourselves. T. When this Sakti, originated from one's own self, gets absorbed in the self, is there anything? Dis, nothing. T. Then, is there any sound? Dis, no. T. So, if there is no sound, can we hear, see, or know anything? Dis, no. T. So, what is the cause for all these things? Dis, sound. T. Then, what is that sound? Dis, it is Sakti. T. It is from this Sakti, which is in the form of sound, all these states of existence originate. Therefore, what is this Sakti which is in the form of sound? Is it male or female? Dis, female. T. Then what is sound? Dis, it is female. T. what is the organ that creates this sound? Dis, it is the tongue. T, the cause for the creation of the sound, the female, being the tongue that itself is called the female. That sound is called Sarasvati. Therefore, the tongue also got the name Sarasvati. This tongue, having originated from the Jada, body, which is the Brahma, the tongue has become the daughter of Brahma. It is therefore said that Sarasvati is the daughter of Brahma. The reason why Sarasvati is said to be the wife of Brahma is because Brahma makes his daughter Sarasvati work. Dis, we have daughters and we make them do work. Then, are they wives to us? T, it is not in the same manner we make our daughters do work that Brahma makes his daughter work. Brahma cohabits his daughter and makes her do work. To make it more clear, when we sleep, can we make any sound or hear anything? Dis, no. T, why? Dis, because there is no I at that time. T, not only that, if one hand only is moved, can there be any sound? Dis, no. T, when I sleep there is no state of I. Then we cannot make any sound. When we wake up, the I comes in. That state of I is the Ahamkara, which is the Brahma. That Brahma, which is the Ahamkara, cohabits his daughter the tongue, which is originated from him, and makes the sound and utilizes it for the purpose of talking. That is why Sarasvati is said to be the wife of Brahma. What is Samyagam, cohabitation, then? When there is no I, the tongue cannot make any sound. When the I comes, it joins with the tongue, which is the daughter. This union is cohabitation. Samyagam literally means union with her. Therefore, the Ahamkara, which is the I joining with the tongue, and taking it up and down, makes the sound, and the work, which is the talk, is created. That is why Sarasvati is said to be the wife of Brahma. It is said to be the mother, because if there is no sound, there is no I. When we sleep we cannot make any sound or hear sound. When the sound comes, we awake. Then the state of I comes into existence. Where does it come from? Dis, from the sound. T, when the I came from the sound, who is the sound for me? Dis, mother. T, that is why Sarasvati is said to be the mother of Brahma. The reason for saying that Sarasvati is the sister of Brahma is this. From Sabda first the I originated. Afterwards the sound came, and therefore the I came prior to the sound. Then the sound, the female, came from the self. So first came the I, after that the sound, which is the female, originated from the self. Therefore who is that female to the I? Dis, she is the sister. T, therefore I came first, and after that the female, the sound, and hence the latter becomes the sister, being originated together. That is why Sarasvati is said to be the sister of Brahma. Therefore the relation between Brahma and Sarasvati exists just as we have discussed now. This is the truth mentioned in the Vedas and Sastras. Without knowledge about the truth of all these, exhibiting ignorance, people fight with each other to become prominent and speak irrelevant things. Therefore, the origin of Brahma and Sarasvati is just like we have discussed. That is, the origination is from the mind. That mind is Vishnu. The world is originated from that Vishnu. That Vishnu, which is the mind, governs the universe. Therefore Vishnu got the name Viswambara, one who governs this universe. If there is no mind, the Vishnu, there can be no world. Because when one sleeps he has no world. When he awakes, mind, the Vishnu, comes out in the form of an egg. Then the world is originated. So, all that we hear, see or know are the reflections of the life energy outside in the form of an egg. Therefore just as a Raja, king, is the ruler of his kingdom, the Lord of the universe is Vishnu, the mind. Even when you look into some drawings, personifying these metaphysical conceptions such as Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, you will find that Vishnu is drawn reclining on Ananda, wearing a crown, besecked with jewels and surrounded by Thumbara Narada, Veena Narada, Garuda, his consorts, and so many other courtiers, which is symbolical of his kingship. The crown by Rajas or kings, and this crown is symbolical of the Raju Guna, kingly quality, of Vishnu. But according to the popular notion, Brahma is said to create with his Raju Guna. In a sense it is correct. Vishnu, the Raju Guna, is the mind which is Sukla. It is with the aid of the Sukla that Brahma, the Ahamkara, creates. LT is like this. We say Rama cut the tree with an axe. Here the axe can never become Rama. Axe is a thing or factor. So also tree is another thing or factor. Rama only cut the thing or factor called the tree with the thing or factor called the axe. If there are no two such things or factors called the axe and the tree, there cannot be any function of cutting. In the same manner Suklam the Rajas called Vishnu is a factor. It is with this factor that the creation is effected. If there is no Sukla there is no creation. The actual creation is effected by Brahma the Ahamkara. If there is no Ahamkara there cannot be any sex connection. But having only the Ahamkara but not the mind, then also there cannot be any sex connection. Brahma the Ahamkara, with the aid of Sukla the mind, functioning coitus, brings about creation. It is only on account of this it is said that Brahma creates with his Raju Guna. So Brahma is not Raju Guna. But he is really of Tamas. Shiva has neither Tamas nor Rajas. But he is purely Sattva Guna. He is drawn out assolent, serene and contemplative, devoid of all decoration, his body besmeared with ash. This is indicative of Sattva Guna. This Sattva Guna is the Shiva. This Shiva is the Jiva, life. It is this Jiva that preserves us. This is the reason why it is said that Vishnu preserves with the help of Sattva Guna. If Vishnu the mind should preserve us, there must be the Jiva. If that is, it is with the help of Jiva that Vishnu the mind preserves. If there is no Jiva there is no state of existence. From the mind which is Raju Guna the Buddha, entity, called the Ahamkara comes out. The Jiva which is attributive of Sattva Guna preserves the said Buddha. It is like this. By cohabiting with the aid of the mind which is Rajas in quality, this body which is the embodiment of Ahamkara was created. This body is only preserved with the help of Jiva the Sattva Guna. It is with the help of the Rajaguna, the Sukla, that a form is molded. This is Ahamkara embodied in the form of the child. This child which is the embodiment of Ahamkara is the Buddha. The child is dead and stillborn if there is no Jiva, the Sattva Guna in it. We say that the child has life only when it has got the Vayu, breath, in it. From this life which is Sattva Guna, the manifestation of which is Vayu, breath, or Sakti, energy, the mind which is Rajaguna originates. It is this Raju Guna that sustains our life with the help of Vayu, which is the very energy of life. That is why Vishnu is said to be the preserver with the aid of Sattva Guna. Shiva is spoken of as the Samhara Rudra, the resurrective fire, with the aid of Thamoguna. In other words, Shiva becomes the Samhara Rudra with the help of this Thamoguna. Shiva is the Jiva, life, the Atman, soul, the Sakti, energy, Vayu, the air, the real shining light within us. The Ru in the word Rudra is the real fire within. The word Rudra is indicative of the idea that this fire is the thing that gradually gets burnt out from within us. The cause of this burning out is ignorance or Thamoguna. This ignorance is the Ahamkara. On account of this Ahamkara, people are dragged into various sorts of desires like the winning of fame or glory, or feelings like pride and so on, least suspecting that they are thereby wasting their lives out. This is why it is said that Shiva becoming Rudra is the annihilator. There is no other Shiva external to us that comes as Rudra to kill us. The whole idea is this. The Jiva, the breath of life, the real Sakti within us and our inner light, gets exhausted in various desires and thoughts without our being the least conscious of the same. Further, there is idol worship in the world. Then Thamoguna becomes Brahma, Rajaguna the Vishnu, and Sattvaguna the Shiva. Brahma is not seen to be worshipped in the world. Vishnu and Shiva are only being worshipped. If Rajaguna is Brahma, then surely Brahma is to be worshipped. So in the world Thamoguna is not at all worshipped. Sattvaguna and Rajaguna are only worshipped. Because, Rajaguna being the king, it is to be worshipped. Raja, king, is the preserver and therefore such a king is worshipped. Sathwikam is the sannyasin, monk. They are those who are with Sathwikam only, leaving the Rajasa and Tamasa. They are the teachers of the world and they are worshipped by all people including Rajas, and those who are with Tamaguna are not worshipped. It is according to this that worship in the world is based. In the temple of Vishnu, how is the idol worshipped? The idol is washed, clothed with pithambara, yellow garb, applied perfumes, bedecked with ornaments, fixed with crown and then worshipped with flowers. What are all these things? They are decorations which indicate the Raju Guna. So Vishnu is worshipped as what? Raju Guna. Then what is Raju Guna? Vishnu. How is the Sivalinga, the idol of Shiva, is worshipped in Shiva temples? Abhisheka, oblation of liquid, is most important. For the idols in the temples at Kasi, Gokarna etc., Abhisheka is the most essential feature. Besides, in Gokarna just at the top of the Sivalinga a boat is hung filled with water, which falls on the Sivalinga at all times in small drops. In most of the temples, a vessel filled with water is hung like this. So, what is important for Sivalinga? Abhisheka. If water falls on it at all times, can it be decorated? No. If it is given Abhisheka at all times, as stated above, will there be any dirt or impurity on it? No. To be free from impurity or dirt and be without any decoration is of what guna? Sathwika guna. Then, what guna is Shiva? Pure Satvika. Therefore, it becomes clear that Shiva is Sathwika guna and Vishnu is Raju guna. Brahma is the Ahamkara, the Thamo guna originated from Raju guna. So, in the world, Shiva the Sattva guna and Vishnu the Raju guna are only worshipped. Brahma the Thamaguna is not worshipped. Without knowing what the gunas are and never thinking anything about them, people believe that Sattva guna is Vishnu, Thamo guna is Shiva and Rajaguna is Brahma. But the truth is that Satvika is Jiva, and that is Shiva. Rajasa is the mind originated from Jiva, the Satvika which is the Vishnu, and Tamasa is the Ahamkara originated from the Manas, mind, which is Rajasa, and this is Brahma. These are the three Godheads. When these three gunas which are the three Godheads are united together and get fused at the Akasa, the place of origin, one reaches beyond the three gunas and attains moksha, liberation.